So in this question, we have a tennis ball which is thrown in the upward direction and it reaches a height of 4.05 meters and it comes down. So let us have this ball and let us throw this ball in the upward direction, reaches a height of 4.05 meters and comes down again. Now the question says, what was its initial velocity? That means we have to find the value of initial velocity denoted by u, and also how much total time it takes. Total time is nothing but t to the base total. Now again, if you remember, I said that first of all we need to understand whether this object is moving in the upward direction or moving in the downward direction. Now since this object is now moving in the upward direction, again we have two conclusions. This time final velocity will be 0 and g will be negative. Why is g negative? Because this object moves in the upward direction, its velocity will keep on decreasing, and whenever velocity decreases, such type of acceleration is called as negative acceleration. Let's write these terms in the given data. So in the given data, first of all we have displacement, that is s is equal to 4.05 meters. Then we have the value of g. G is 10 meters per second square. But do we take 10 or minus 10? It's minus 10, right? So we'll write minus 10 meters per second square. We also have final velocity is equal to 0 meters per second, not given in the question, but we have to understand this and write it in the given data. What do we have to find? Two things. First is the initial velocity, that is equal to u, and finally we have to find the total time taken for the ball to reach the ground, or by the ball to reach the ground in fact. Now we have three formulae. So which formula do we use out of these three formulae? We have to find the value of u. Let's see what all values we have. U, v, g, s. Is it there in the first formula? No. Second? No. Third? Yes, right? V, u, a, that is nothing but g and s. So we'll use the third formula first. That is v square is equal to u square plus 2 g s, remember. And to find the value of time, we can use the first formula, that is v is equal to u plus gt, remember. So we'll write these two formulae. V square is equal to u square plus 2gs and v is equal to u plus gt. We'll start by using this formula, that is v square is equal to u square plus 2gs, and the second formula obviously is total time, and we know that time of ascent is equal to time of descent, so we'll write 2 into t. The time it takes to reach up, the same time it will take to reach down. So let's start with the solution first. So we have v square is equal to u square plus 2gs. Now do we have the value of v square? Yes, the value of v is 0, so we have 0 on the left hand side. U square, if we have to find the value, 2 remains 2, but g is nothing but minus 10, so we write 2 into minus 10 into s is 4.05. So we have u square, see minus into plus becomes minus, right? So we have 0 is equal to u square minus, when you multiply all these three, just try and multiply this and get the answer. I hope you've got the answer as 81. So you have u square minus 81. So minus 81 goes to the left hand side, becomes plus 81. So we have u square is equal to 81. Now since this is u square, to find the value of u, what should we do? We should take square root, and u will be equal to 9. So we have the value of u as 9 meters per second. Let this be equation number 1. Now moving on to the next step, we have to find the value of time. So to find the value of time, we have the formula as v is equal to u plus gt. So v is nothing but 0, u is 9 meters per second, plus g, instead of plus g we'll write minus g, that is nothing but minus 10, and t we have to find the value. Now this step is very simple, but you might try and complicate it. Let's see how to solve this. Now this is multiplication, so Bodmer says that bracket open, then division, then multiplication. That means we have to divide this and not add these two first. So minus 10 into t gives us minus 10t, and minus 10t, if it goes to the left hand side, becomes plus 10t. So we have plus 10t over here, which is equal to 9. I hope this was simple, right? Now t is equal to 10t is equal to 9, right? Now since 10t is equal to 9, t will be equal to 9 upon 10. So 9 upon 10, that means we have to just shift one decimal. So we get the answer as 0.9 seconds. But this is the time taken by the ball to reach up. But we have to find the total time it takes. And we know that time of ascent is equal to time of descent. So we just multiply it by 2. So we have 2 into t, that is equal to 2 into 0.9. Multiply it and get the answer. And the answer obviously is 1.8 seconds. So we'll write the final answer or the final statement. The first thing is the initial velocity is 9 meters per second and the total time taken to come down is nothing but 1.8 seconds.